कुछ होता है बस आए तू पागल जाने. All right, guys. Now that the theatrics are over, let's get down to some serious talk. Okay. Now that Electroneum is live, what does that mean? What does that mean for us, the cryptosphere? What does that mean for you? What does that mean for this guy behind me? The rails on which this thing is traveling on, the blockchain. We're in a serious position right now. Number one, we got hackers trying to hack our accounts. Number two, we got all these other altcoins that we're going to be competing against. Number three, we whales and snails. And then we have, I feel fortunate because I was able to take the time to learn about the trading floors and learn about, you know, how to put in a buy and a sell order and how to trade. I haven't been idle, people. I haven't just been sitting around just twiddling my thumbs or playing pocket pool. I've actually been busy learning. A lot of you have been giving me some really good advice and tips, and they haven't fallen on deaf ears. I've been listening. Anyways, so let's break down this email that we received. Let's talk about that. So, big logo, Electroneum update, so you can't miss it. Hi everyone, boom, exclamation. HackerOne are drawing to a close on their private challenge, and not one bit of private data has been compromised. Hackers. Big shout out to HackerOne. Big shout out to Richard Ells and the team. I don't know the coders and those guys behind the scene, but big shout out to everyone that's been doing an awesome job making sure that they're taking care of their fiduciary responsibility to us, the investors. That, again, I cannot stress enough, is one of the most important parts of an organization like what we're dealing with. Before owning a transportation company and driving, I've worked to have fiduciary responsibility towards your investors and people who have some sort of connection to the company. Can you imagine for a minute? Let's stop and think for a second. Can you imagine what it would have been like had we launched on November 1st, excited about our competing with Bitcoin, and then you realize, the next morning you go in there, wait a minute, where are my coins that I purchased? Gone. Can you imagine what that would have been like? I don't want to even think about it. I don't even want to imagine what life would have been like without those coins. Try to adjust the lighting here, guys. See if I can get that going. This thing is just, I don't know, this gimbal, it's a digi gimbal. It works fine sometimes, other times it doesn't. It had me like this earlier, and now I'm like this. Can you imagine for a second, hours after buying your coins and it going live, nothing in your wallet? The first assumption would have been we got robbed. Richard Ells and Electroneum robbed us. It would have been a bad situation. I, for one, being new to this crypto sphere, that would have just totally burnt me and killed. I would never have done another deal online again. Cryptocurrency, you couldn't get me. You wouldn't have been able to get me to fiats. This is what I would have stuck with. Why? Because it's safe. Think about your life and how far you've come. Think about the day you got your first shiny little quarter, your shiny little ruble, you know, rupee, first paper boulevard. You know, I don't know what they call the notes over in Zimbabwe, but just imagine when you were a little kid and you got your first feel of money in your hand. You were excited about it. 2017, for me, 45 years later, I am blessed to be at this juncture in the seam of the fabric of this financial, what do we want to call it? Financial fabric.
Little Johnny, do you hear that? When I was young, we used to carry these heavy things around in our pockets. We had coins walked around with.
I get to be the guy that says, I went from this, coins, to this, to now having a cell phone in my hand. I don't have my cell phone, actually it's being used right now, to having a digital, where I am now the bank. I get to be one of those guys on the cusp of the transition. Remember Neil Armstrong and those guys? You know, can you know what a cell phone was? And all of a sudden cell phones came on the scene. You remember that? They're walking around with those big bricks in their hands. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Remember that? Now, we go from that to now having them on our wrists. Glasses where you can see, augmented reality. People, think about the time that we're living in. Think about the age that we're in right now. Think about what's going on. Think about that. Listen, people, this is where it all changes. This is where it all changes. We are on the cusp of a revolution. It will be televised. It's going to happen, people. And when it happens, it's going to be real big. Remember, you were part of this. You were here when it click, 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 click. That said yes to Electroneum. No more heavy change in my pocket. I'm not going to carry around change anymore. With this email, let's break this down. Let's break this down, guys. Take off power saving mode so I can see what's going on here. I had to turn the volume down, this and outboxing that, and tweedle-leedle-dees and tweedle-dums and Snapchatting and whatever. Found a handful of little bugs. Now we'll never know how big of a problem is compromised. Nobody's ever going to say that. The point is, we're going live. In the middle of next week, it's on and popping, baby. Okay. Anything scary? That is a huge relief for all of us. So, again, our emails were compromised because of some other websites that we may have, phrases, whatever. That's behind us now. What we're looking towards is this. The HackerOne challenge officially finishes on Monday. So they finish up on Monday. Wallets aren't going to be released on Monday. We're not going to get access to our Electroneum on Monday. We may get access, sort of notification. Hey, you can now download the app. We probably see it on Facebook or Twitter. They'll probably send us something. That's cool. So, the challenge finishes on Monday, and we are now rolling out the last of, we will be launching, relaunching Electroneum by the middle of the week. Now, got ahead and pop back up, so I'm shooting for Friday. I'm not going to even focus on the middle of the week. it'll be Christmas for me. It'll be a nice surprise if by Wednesday they can release these wallets and we're able to put our funds on the exchange, maybe sell, you know, a couple coins here and there. If something pops up and they need an extra couple of days, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. And I suggest you do the same thing. Don't go crazy. Don't go nuts midnight, 12 o'clock. Start looking and see what's happening. You know, it's a 5-hour time difference. So if anything's going to happen. Anyway, the cool thing about the emails is that they haven't been idle, which is another good sign of a great company. These guys have been using the time to build relationships with potential partnerships, build potential partnerships. Who knows? In the Caribbean, maybe the Middle East, maybe Africa. Who knows? But once they release that information and the cat is out the bag, shoot through the roof. Why? Because everyone's going to be on board. This is a people's crypto. This is, you don't have to buy a big mining rig and fill a container, shipping container full of ASIC chips and park it over there by the Niagara Falls hydro dam, or someplace in Russia, or someplace where, or in China, which happens to be one of the largest markets for mining. Coin, our own coin, Electroneum, and or guys, this is exciting times. These are exciting times. Okay. We look, feel, and functionality of the website wallet system. Okay, they're saying it will enable the iOS app is launched. Okay, now these are website wallets. The wallet, which you should already have by now. I already have mine. I'm not storing it into a paper wallet. As a matter of fact, once the website's back up, I am going to print multiple paper wallets and number them 1 through whatever. And every time I make a transaction, like they suggested, you take out the entire thing, make a transaction, and put the balance that I can use. I'm not going to be the guy that keeps a balance here and a balance there and a balance there. I'm not doing it. All the stuff that's happening on the web, people getting scammed, and, you know, as we say here in Florida, you got. You got. That's not going to be me. This is a first until the Android. Any of that. They've been contacted for not 5, not 10, not 50, not 60, not 70, 80, 90, hundreds already negotiated for once we are up and running. These guys are dealing with a guy like Richard Ells, who's owned a company before, who's done other startups. Let me turn on my light here because it's getting dark. This guy's had other startups. He knows how to run a business. He knows how to do things. So this is exactly what we need. We need a fearless leader like Richard Ells, who knows how to crack the whip, moving the oars, so that the ship goes forward. Mass adoption vehicle right here, guys. This thing right here. They haven't been idle, so that when they're up and running, full steam ahead. Hopefully by the time we launch next week, we'll have something signed and have our first ship or ships. Ship or ships. More than one, people. Speak highly enough of this guy. He's done a great job. I've been destroyed this company online, but the believers, we coined that, it's already trademarked, so even think about using that. We have been patient, true believers, not the ones out there faking the funk, snails, the true believers, us, the true Electroneumites, not these aliens. These guys coming out of space, coming down in their spaceships, we're going to send this company straight. Nice $1 billion That's a lot of money, people. $64 million yesterday, which would have been the 7th. Don't get it twisted. To have your name smeared online, could you handle it? I couldn't handle it. I'd be curled up in my bed right now, crying like a little baby. It shows you Richard Ells has tough skin. Tough skin. Gauge HackerOne. And I'm sure it wasn't cheap either. I'm sure they had to pull out some coinage. Hence the reason it's important to have a successful ICO launch. When things like this pop up, you can't go back and ask me for money. I need more money because we got hacked and we need additional funds to engage HackerOne. And that's what Electroneum did. That's what they made it happen. You can't come back to the table and ask for more money because you got hacked. Oh, your accounts were the ones that were responsible. Nobody's going to believe you at that point. You're going to say, well, it was your responsibility. Listen, this can happen to anybody. Uber was hacked. How many of the 3 major credit bureaus got hacked? It's what you do when you know that you've been hacked and you have a fiduciary responsibility to your investors. That's when you know what a person is made of. When you're in the sauce, mucho cojones. They did what they needed to do. They upset people. They made people mad. They did what they needed to do. They got the job done. Ride the blockchain rails into the future. I know a lot of you guys are holding some serious Electroneum. I was only able to get in and get a couple, a few coins, but it's all good. I'm part of the system. I'm part of the system. And it takes everyone to be a part of it. A chain can't be, it's got blocks, baby. And we got them. We got them. We're holding. We're the ones doing it. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll be working straight through to ensure everything goes according to plan this time. Richard Ells, founder. Awesome. So that's it, guys and gals, because I know there's got to be some girls on here checking me out. Just kidding. But I just want to take a couple seconds here, man, to, all right, big shout outs. Let's see who we got going on here. Let's see. Big shout outs to, you know what, I'm going to use my tablet because I got a new prescription coming in, so I really can't see what's going on. All right, so big shout outs to LASIK3, Sandra Lee, Dehaney, big shout outs to you. Big shout outs to Mr. PCT007. Big shout outs to Coin Mastery, Raptor, the half Bulgarian. Big shout outs to you. Check it out. Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, one of my favorites. You muskudaye. Don't get it twisted, people. Bollywood. Big up. Esiquebo. All my Guyanese people watching this. Love you. Big shout outs to Ravi Kumar. Big shout outs to GP. Big shout outs to Carl Maruti Idike, my African brother. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to XMR, Crypto Trader. Sean Lee. Big shout outs to you. And let's see here, we got Parvez. Big shout outs to you. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Big shout outs to Puneet Ralwani, my Indian brother. Joe Zegaman, Crypto Karesh, Larry Duragon, D-E-R-O-U. Thanks for joining the channel, Dan. I appreciate you. Big shout outs to Crypto Stalker.